All right, we're back, and we've just arrived for lunch. It's luncheon time. You're standing in a hall with red, like carpet that is like a crosses. It almost looks like the carpet is red tiles, but made of carpet. And then that runs up the hardwood stairs on either side of this entrance hall. There's a grand suit of armor if you facing you when you come in the front door, but you've just come out of the grandfather clock on the right hand side of the room. Up above there are paintings, stuffed heads of all sorts of horrific demonic creatures from the Deathlands, and then lots of vases and things like decorative capacitors of containers of different kinds, on hung on the walls. The doors are all like a deep dark emerald green with frosted glass, with frosted glass, and then painted on the frosted glass are kind of like very stylized rose.
And on the inside is all the people we need to kill.
In the room with the like door labeled dining room. Yes.
Dining room. Does anyone have any objections to me doing a scout of the top level first?
No.
Like a quick. All right, I'm gonna dash up the stairs and do that. Ash.
Do you feel like that's survey, or do you feel like it's prowl?
I was kind of thinking it was a survey, but prowl about unseen and traverse objects, climb, run, swim, and jump and tumble. No, it's a survey.
Cool, great, excellent. Risky.
Yeah.
Standard, because you're going all the way up the stairs, right?
Yep.
Yep, it's risky standard.
Pushing myself is 1 stress.
Pushing yourself is 2 stress.
2 stress.
Someone helping you they pay 1 stress. I'll give you a devil's bargain though.
What's that?
Get separated from the group while you're scouting.
Oh shit.
To be fair, you'll find us again pretty quickly when you start hearing us blow shit up.
Just follow the sound of the screaming. Okay, I'll take that devil's bargain.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
Cool.
Ooh.
Critical success.
Incredible.
The door's not even quite closed. It's slightly ajar. You head down one hallway up that's at the top of the stairs, and it comes to a T-junction, right? It goes in 2 directions. And at this point, you're far enough away from the dining room that you can hear conversation down one of those halls, and you'll that you're clearly quiet enough, and the sound of the dining room is masking your footsteps anyway. So you head down this hallway a little bit, and the door is slightly ajar. There's a big fancy door at the end of at the end of the hallway, in a kind of head of the table position, but for the hall. And it has a big crest on the door, and it says Lord Skurlock in Lord Skurlock's private office in big letters. And I think from your perspective, we see you see this, and the door just creaks slightly more ajar, and you see Adi's mum sitting behind a desk.
Far out. Okay.
We hit them at the load.
Is she talking to somebody?
Yeah, she's giving instructions to that. She's definitely giving instructions to Zamira, right? She's saying I think there's a reprimand going on.
Wow.
Or rather, he is giving a reprimand to Zamira.
Oh my god, this is so cool.
Oh my goodness. The blood drains out of Corin's face, and his hand goes into a fold of his cloak and draws out a large Kopesh sword, a curved blade, thick, and he wraps his fingers tightly around it and realizes that he's sweating and retreats back to the room and summons his friends. What do you guys?
What happens, team? What do you?
I'm motioning people to come up the stairs.
And like
Wasn't the devil's bug
the
that you
group,
separated from
everyone's
us?
just
Yeah,
there,
yeah, yeah.
right? Like everyone's just in the dining room. It's luncheon. Everyone's there, right?
Right.
Can we undo the devil's bargain that easily? Is that what you're going to ask, Lana?
Yeah, like we were separated. So
Well, that's a
if you
good
come
point. We need to you
Yeah.
you need to be
does that
frozen for a
mean?
bit because the devil's bugger needs to happen. So these people need to be able to do something first before
You guys
can,
go.
yeah.
I mean, I have a thing.
Yeah.
back-
Because no one, I mean, Belle doesn't know that we've just found the likely sources of this conspiracy.
Mm-hmm.
And the plan is to kill everyone
Mhm.
in the dining hall.
Do as much damage and chaos as we can, yes.
Yeah. So Belle just like reaches out into the air and starts like drawing the outline of a shape with their hands
Hmm.
while like humming this like low pitch deep in their throat. And as they're like sculpting this shape, like we start to see that like faint like ghost blue like outlining a shape here. Because as a crew, we have the ability to carry ghosts inside us. So I would like to flash back to me asking Tondon if he would mind coming with us before we left.
Oh, of course.
I was just like, buddy, I know you've been really hungry. Let's go. It's buffet. They're having lunch.
Okay, here's the thing. I think that you're going to need to roll for this specifically because Tondon is not the shape of a human ghost anymore.
Hmm? That is fair.
So I think there's a risk of harm to you here that's pretty like I think that this is desperate.
Yep, and this is a tune?
This is a desperate attune, I think.
Yep, but it doesn't cost me any stress because
I don't think it costs stress
It's
because
a
it's perfectly
plausible enough
reasonable that you could
flashback.
ask Tondon.
Yeah.
I just think that that it's a risky thing to do.
You'll come away with like spiritual stretch marks.
more like my arm will like rip off or something. What is my effect?
And this is to get Tondon standard.
Yep.
To
Works for me.
vor Tondon.
Not boring if I intend to like buff him back up later.
Yes, it is.
No, that's a different thing, Ash.
Is
That's, Look, we're not gonna go into this. We're not gonna go here. Would anyone? I don't think anyone can really help. That doesn't make sense. Am I just gonna do it? I think we're just gonna do it. Like, fuck it. We'll see what happens, right?
Fuck it.
Fuck it.
That's a 4.
I'll take it.
You do it and you take level 3 harm.
Cool. I resist.
Yeah, you do. I assumed as much.
Yep. What is the harm?
The harm is that your body's going to try and rip itself in, rip itself into that shape of Tondon.
No, I'm not entirely opposed to that. I'm like,
I mean, it's going to also be like massively traumatic for your body.
oh yeah, no, I know. If I
Like level 2 version of this is like internal bleeding.
Yep. Let me just quickly check a thing. If I am wearing my Fine Spirit Mask, which affords some measure of protection against ghostly possession and like the risks of it, does that like help make the risks, like make the severity of the badness of this less? If I spend a load to have that and be wearing that.
I don't think so, because I think you're inviting it in.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right? Like, if it were a thing you were trying to, like, resist that was assaulting you, then Spirit Mask would absolutely be helpful. But because you're being, you would have to take your Spirit Mask off before you did this.
I mean, there I don't know that that's true, because it's not possession. Like
Oh, yeah, okay.
The wording of the ability specifically says that like we can, what is it?
Yeah, okay. The thing here is that I think that
we can choose to carry them.
Yeah, the point is, I think that the Spirit Mask is not helpful in this situation because it is armor, and you're not defending against it so much as you're trying to resist. You're trying to endure it.
Yep, works for me. And this is prowess, I guess, because it's physical strain.
Yeah, it is. Yep.
Yeah. Let me just quickly tick. +1. Whoa. And okay, so +2 because it's against a supernatural threat.
You have boss resistance anyway, right?
But not my prowess. Prowess is very much my weakest stat. I've got
That's still real solid.
I've got that 1 point of wreck that I took way back at the beginning of the game, and that's all I've got. Yep, so that's like, yeah.
That's one stress.
Internal bleeding.
Yeah. And like, the thing is, you've been bleeding the entire time you've had Tondon inside you, right? Like...
Yeah. But like, yeah.
Yeah. If you were to like lift up your woolen knits, you'd be an unpleasant color.
Yeah, like sweating, like even like sweating blood like through the skin or something.
Definitely very much like
very
purple.
flush.
You'd be purple.
Yeah.
But
yeah, and so yeah, I'm just like tracing this shape in the air because this is what it looks like when Bell lets ghosts out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and I'm just like outlining the shape of Tondon in like weird electroplasmic vapor until he like becomes solid. And then I just kind of like gesture at where the door says dining room, like after you.
That sounds like you're consorting to me.
I mean, does it even need a roll? Like, isn't this exactly the kind of thing Tondon would do regardless in any way?
Yeah. Okay, here's the thing though.
The risk of him turning on us?
No, the risk isn't if Tondon's your friend.
Tondon's my friend.
So here's the thing that like, okay, so yeah, let's. I was like blah blah blah, but no, we'll play it out at a smaller clip, and that'll resolve the issue I had. So because I was like, what about like if they come out or whatever? But if we clip it closer, then we can look at that. So yeah, so this figure, a skull somewhere between that of a man and sheep or cow, with eyes rolling in otherwise empty sockets, intestines drooling from where a lower jaw should be, and a horrific spirograph of ribs echoing out beneath it emerges into our reality, and like just the glass in the door instantly shatters as Tondon makes their way lets out a hellish call. Nightfall and V, you're instantly struck with the terror of the grave. You feel all of the blood run from your face and into your legs, telling you to run, fucking run. You are going to die. Death is here. As Tondon unleashes themselves into the dining room, the room full of plump and elderly men and women in fancy robes, all sat in plush leather chairs around small mahogany tables, in groups of 3 or 4, lounging about while occasionally snacking on luncheon, with a bar at the far side, erupts into terror. Some of them not because they are. Some of them are resistant to this, to the supernatural terror, but the sheer fright of what is happening means that mahogany goes flying and crashing. Chairs hit the ground. Fine cheeses and wines arc through the air as chaos is unleashed. Tondon immediately dashes forward and begins to like drain the very soul essence from a person, as their body is lifted up by like their armpit, as like Tondon like drinks their soul out from like their ribs, from the side of their ribs. And immediately everyone's going panicking, and a rush of people all wash out of the thing, and I think there is just a level 1 harm coming at all 3 of you.
I was gonna say, could it have been possible for us to like gesture for him to go in and lock the door behind him, so that we had enough time for them to kind of?
That door is fucking splinters.
Well, yeah, no, but I meant like
No time.
as they were kind. Yeah, okay.
But also just because like Tondon going through things is not good
that's
for
fair.
Yeah.
Like Tondon has a bad effect on physical reality.
That's fair.
Yeah. Awesome.
Cool.
No, I'm gonna take my armor because we're all like
Yeah. So
wearing
there's level
heavy
1
armor.
harm of like stampede coming at all 3 of you.
Ah, yeah, cool. With that, I do want to throw a smoke bomb, but I also want to know what happens with Corin upstairs when this all breaks out. But yeah, I'm carrying a bandolier of alchemicals, and today it is full of smoke bombs and grenades.
Fantastic.
Yep.
I
can we?
I think I'm just gonna take armor as well.
Yeah, same. Yeah.
Cool. Excellent. So V, you throw a smoke bomb.
Yep.
Adi, you throw a smoke bomb.
Yes.
What is your intention? What are you doing with it?
I think I'm trying to close off this exit, or at least make it a lot harder for people
So that
to
people
like.
can't get out here.
Yeah.
So that people are more trapped in the Tondon space.
Yeah.
Okay.
Essentially.
That's a bit fucked up, but okay.
And also so we can get out from here as well.
All right, cool. So yeah, you throw that down in the doorway.
Mhm.
So yeah, cool. I don't need you to roll for that.
Oh,
Just make sure that you have the gear.
yeah, I've marked the
Yep. Cool,
marked
cool.
one.
Eat the rich.
Yeah. So this what does it look like? What does your smoke bomb look like? What do you do?
Yeah, look, I think it looks like a small like metal canister, but it looks like it's been patched up from like things I found, like, you know, like bits of sewer pipe that's been like welded shut together. And so it's pretty simple, you know, you just twist it and throw it, and it like starts to like expand and and all the smoke comes out.
What's the
cap comes
smoke
off.
like?
The smoke is like a dark gray black,
Mhm.
and like
Yeah.
it's very heavy and dense, so you actually can't see too much of it. And I think Adi throws it partly just because it obscures the like horror of what's happening, right?
Yeah.
Like it's actually a way of distancing yourself from what's happening.
Is it ashy or oily?
I think it's more ashy definitely than oily.
Yeah, right. Cool. So yeah, there's like probably a half dozen people have made it out here, and then like now the people can't see where the door is because of the can't see where that door is because of the smoke bomb to get out through it. And we hear the sound of like Tondon like choosing another victim, and like horrible breaking bones, and the thud of the previous one hitting the floor. And yeah, meanwhile upstairs, Lord Skurlock stands up from his thing and is like, "What in the hell is that?" But with like the like very even and melodious tones of like Adi's mum's voice. immediately, I think from Corin's perspective, I think Zamira just like backs out of the way, right? She's like, oh, I'm gonna get out of the way of whatever's going on, right? So she's out of the like line of sight from the hallway, but immediately, Corin, you're like, oh no, I've been seen, right? Because you're in the hallway. Unless you want to resist that.
Is there like a roll? No, before that?
You're muted, by the way, Derek.
I'm sorry. How do I do that? I mean, I guess I'm wanting to position myself when I can hear stuff going on in the main area. I want to position myself so that people can pass by me and I can follow them.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds like you're resisting the impact, resisting like being seen with insight.
Right. With insight?
Let me see. Consequences from deception or understanding. Physical strain or injury. I think it's deception or understanding, right? It's noticing quickly enough. It's noticing the sound before Skurlock notices it.
Right.
And Skurlock is a vampire, so.
Yeah.
Plus, you get at least 1 die of resistance from Forged in Fire.
All right. So I'm rolling insight.
Yeah, you're rolling insight to be out of the way before Skurlock notices what's going on.
And with a 1 bonus die, is that right?
Yep.
Or just 2 bonus die?
Because I mean, I would argue this is against a supernatural threat.
Yes, it is.
Because Skurlock is both supernatural and very threatening.
Oh, and we get that. Yeah.
So look at that. That is, you've got a 5, so you take 1 stress and you're out of the way. So like,
all right.
And like one person just like runs down the hallway, arms flailing, and Lord Skurlock just stands up and shoots them with a pistol from a drawer.
Okay.
This old woman just falls down dead in mid-panic attack.
So, all right, and where is Zamira at this point?
She's somewhere in Skurlock's office, but not visible from the hallway.
Okay. And
the room that you've ducked into is quite a long room. You're pretty sure that the door at the far end also opens into Skurlock's office, but it's a less big, fancy door.
Right.
This room seems to be like a little like a meeting room you would book for except like all over the walls are like weird arcane brass instruments. There is definitely like a scale there that is currently balanced even though it shouldn't be, right? It's got like weights on one side and that doesn't make any sense. There's a big there's a feather that's taller than you just resting daintily on like a little rack. There's all of this weird shit, but other than that, it does have like a table and like chairs set around it and like a little book for if you want to keep minutes and the thing for like booking the room, the like little ledger. Yeah.
Karin has been in the Severosi equivalent of this exact room at the embassy.
Oh yeah.
Derek has been in the real world equivalent of this place. So, all right. Shit, just because it might be interesting, I'm going to take the book and tuck that away in my cloak and then go to the end of the corridor, end of the room and listen at the door.
Yeah, I think as you go to the so you're listening at the door into Skurlock's office.
Correct.
Yeah. All right. I think you see. I'm just going to use the name Lady Skurlock. You see Lady Skurlock storm past down the hallway as you move to the door, and inside you hear Zamira in this young woman's voice saying, I've only been in this club for a few days. Are these sorts of things normal? And someone else saying, this is very much not normal, but Lord Skurlock will handle it.
I'm going to pursue Lord Skurlock at a distance where I hope he won't notice me.
Yeah, is Lord Skurlock moving at normal speed, or is he doing the vampire power walk?
No, he's
Right.
doing a person power walk, because I think he feels the need to like maintain a look of control,
decorum.
not panic, right?
Of course.
So yeah, I mean, you can
I'd like to
trail after
strike
him.
at
The
his
question I want to know is like,
Please, Ash.
pardon?
I'd like to strike at his dignity, please.
Yeah,
Ash.
right. My question is, like, he's gonna get, like, if you do nothing, he's going to get to the space where your friends are. Do you want to do anything before that?
I want to get to him when he's at the top of the stairs of that room, of that antechamber.
What do you want to do once you get there?
The friends are in the antechamber room. They haven't gone into that room, have they?
Currently, they're currently not. No.
And there's sort of smoke and shit going on, and
Yeah.
and
like he
chaos.
absolutely just like breaks the neck of another person who's panicking as he walks past, right? And they just fall to the ground.
It's the like puts hand on head, one-handed, like.
Yeah.
When he gets to the top of the stairs, I'm going to electrify my sword and slice him.
Cool. This sounds like a hunt.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. I'm down with that.
Ambushing type shit.
Yeah. So
Orin is
it could be like it could be hunt, it could be prowl, it could be skirmish, right? It
sounds like
like
a hunt,
it's
yeah.
your choice, Derek. It's just that's the one that sounded most appropriate to me.
Yeah, I'm fine with hunt. That sounds great. So the idea is that just as Lord Skurlock sees my three compadres, I attack.
Sounds good. Can you talk to me about what your electric ability does mechanically?
You may imbue your hands, melee weapons, or tools with spirit energy. You gain potency in combat versus the supernatural. You may grapple with spirits to restrain and capture them.
Okay, so Luke, what does tier count as? That's magnitude, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. So this lets you be limited rather than no effect. But yeah, you can do that. It's definitely desperate, right?
Yeah,
Like,
I was going to say that.
like there is the risk here that he turns around and does the like one hand neck snap.
Yeah. So I'm going to push myself.
Mm-hmm. So Adi, you look up the stairs and see your mum wearing but like her hair is immaculately slicked back into a tight bun. I don't think she ever wore eyeliner before. And she definitely wouldn't have worn like such a like deep shade of red on her lips. And then yeah, she's wearing a three-piece tuxedo that fits her supernaturally well.
Yeah, and I think there's like she looks great like that, but also it is like that's not who she is.
That's not your mom. Yeah, right.
That is not her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's wearing something that would take you more than a year to save up for.
Yeah.
It would take you a small lifetime to save up for. What's the name of the fucking coat maker that makes the coats?
Dundridge and Sons?
Yeah, it's a Dundridge and Sons coat, right? Like suit, right?
With the special Emperor Haig collar.
Yeah, double collared because it's the style.
And Adi totally shouts like, "Get out of her, you filth!"
Yeah.
Yes.
And so she's momentarily. So Adi, are you spending a stress to help by momentarily distracting?
Ooh, yeah, I would love to.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
No worries.
Here we go.
Fuck yeah! All right. I mean, yeah. You like it's limited. You're not gonna kill. You're not gonna kill Lord Skurlock with a single blow, but Jesus Christ, do you make him stumble?
But the idea is to kind of, slice or push or, send him down the stairs.
Shove him down the stairs.
Oh, he totally
Yeah.
goes down the stairs, right? Like he doesn't like tumble. He stumbles a few steps and gets his footing halfway down the stairs. But it means that you're at the top of the stairs, your friends are at the bottom, and Lord Skurlock is in the middle and is bleeding.
I scream. I scream a primal, awful scream and advance on him again.
Yeah, so while he's falling, I think Bell does a thing.
Do
All
it.
right.
And I just need to quickly just read a thing. Give me a moment. Okay, so here's Derek, this may be risky to Karin. Are you okay with me doing this?
Bring it.
I just wanted to establish consent first. Yeah, so like I think like Bell is at the bottom of the stairs. Like not like literally like at the bottom, but like in line with the bottom of the stairs, like a couple of paces back. And I think there is a light source somewhere behind them, like a lantern, like an electroplasmic like light hanging from the ceiling. So their shadow is like unusually long and like cast like up the stairs. And they just like take a deep, like as you know the cut happens and like Skurlock is something, they just like take a deep breath and then like let it out, and then all of a sudden their shadow goes from like the way a shadow is kind of like semi there to like hard contrast, high contrast black.
Yep.
Like there was a lightning like flash somewhere behind them.
Yeah, instead of being darker versions of the color behind you, it's now just black.
Yeah, it's like, for a moment my shadow was just like completely black and it is touching Skurlock. And I'm going to use Tempest to unleash a stroke of lightning as a weapon.
Fuck yes. Wow.
I'm like the least helpful at this point in time, but this is fun to
But
watch.
we still love you.
Oh
Michael.
yeah, I'm just like standing here like, yeah, fighting's hard, but you go.
And on the scale, Ash, a lightning strike is force 5 of 6.
Wow. Okay, cool. So that's and lightning is specifically okay, yep, cool. So this is actually
Yeah, so it says the GM will describe its effect level and significant collateral damage. This is why I got consent from Derek.
Derek's absolutely in the way there.
Oh, aren't we?
If you unleash it in combat against an enemy who's threatening you, you'll still make an action roll in the fight. But I don't know that he is threatening me. Because
Yeah, no,
like,
I think
exploiting that moment
that
of
the
hesitation.
risk here is how much damage you do to Karin.
Yeah, it's
So-
how well
He's threatening us all.
Yeah.
I mean,
So like desperate risk, but
Yep,
great effect.
Let's fucking do it. Cool. Let's do this thing.
Is there any way we can help?
Yeah, so I have to push myself to do this. Like that is just required.
Yep.
That's how this works.
Mm-hmm.
And I get the benefits of pushing myself anyway.
For effect or
For effect or dice.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take it to effect.
Okay.
So this is extreme, I
It's
guess.
extreme, so that's so I had 1 for limited, 2 for because 2 for
2 for standard, 3 for
standard,
grade.
3 for great, so that's 4 for extreme.
I mean, the pattern elsewhere in the game is 5, but 4 is reasonable.
Yeah, I think 4 is reasonable here.
No, totally.
Like we're dealing with like a
We're
vampire.
dealing with a fucking vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's only a 6-tick clock, so.
Derek, would you like to?
I would like to help
That
because
would be a good idea, I think.
I would like to
Hold the sword up to be a thing that is like
a distraction.
Well, to use the sword as kind of a conduit for,
That was what I thought.
the
Yeah.
electricity, and I want to kind of create a feedback loop between your strike and my sword,
Yeah, cool.
because essentially he's in between the two of us. So
Cool as hell.
Devil's
Well,
bargain.
actually,
Devil's bargain. Your sword melts.
ooh,
that's reasonable. Ash, here is a question. If I equip my fine lightning hook, does that help me at all here?
Can you describe lightning hook for me?
A lightning hook is a long two-handed pole with a loop of heavy wire at the end, connected to an electroplasmic capacitor, suitable for grappling a spirit and dragging into a spirit bottle, or for like manipulating electroplasm.
I don't think that's appropriate.
I think it's made for finer detail
Like
work.
like
Yes.
you would destroy it.
Yeah. All right, Derek, if you're cool with that devil's bargain, I will happily take it.
all right, I'm good.
All
I have
right.
other weapons. I got other shit.
Yeah. So this is desperate.
I'm just
Effective
slowly robbing you of everything you own.
Extreme. I have 2 bonus die. All right, let's see what happens.
Oh yes.
Go on.
I'm so pleased. Yeah,
That's
so
all
I
the
think-
ticks. I don't have any more. That's like that's
Yeah,
a
I
clock
did
and a
the
half.
thing, I guess. Yeah, so I think like Belle is like standing there, and we get this shot of them in their shadow, like looming like long and tall and ominous, and it like I think like Skurlock like stumbles to a like halt like right at the very lip of the shadow, and then yeah, like Belle sighs. We see Skurlock like snap up and do the like vampire like I have super hearing thing. And then yeah, there's just this like blinding flash. Everything goes white except Belle's shadow, which goes like jet midnight, like Vanta black. And I think the color comes back into the room, and there's just like
There's no way the body survives this.
yeah, there's just like a pile of there's just like ash hanging in the air.
I would like to put some of the ash into a bottle.
It totally like Skurlock is probably Skurlock as the shape of Adi's mum is probably there in ash, right? And then just
then,
immediately
like-
crumbles.
It's a samurai film thing with the like yeah, like we get the beat where we're like, wait, nothing happened, and then like and I think we cut back to Belle and we see like they bow their head and like close their eyes, and we just barely catch like their eyes, just like no pupil, no iris, just like electroplasm blue and nothing else. Like just for a moment as they like close their eyes, and like smoke is rising, like smoke or steam is like rising from their eyes, and then they just start to like weep, like electroplasmic tears.
Yeah, and
Because
then
they just killed a spirit, and that's like a deeply awful. But like they love their family more.
Adi, you've just seen your mother's body incinerated to the backdrop of like the sounds of screams and bone crunching.
Yeah, that's not how I imagined this would go. But
Well, you know,
Like
you
in
got
the other
information
room,
you could have had
right?
in the first
There
place.
is still a fucking horror movie happening. It's that
Yeah.
scene. It's that fucking scene in Cabin at the Woods, right? Like where, like, I think like a pair of legs, just like get thrown
Flies out of the
through
smoke.
get thrown through the fog and land wetly on the floor here, and it just like completely kills the tension of the moment.
I would just kind of, I think, look at a D at this moment and say we should probably gather some of that ash before it gets thrown about.
yeah, and I think Adi does. She's also crying. She's
Yeah,
sad.
and
Yeah,
I think that Nightfall cares, but also doesn't know how to respond in a non-pragmatic way. Like I think
Yeah.
at this point it's kind of like, you're crying electroplasm, Belle. That's probably bad. You just did a really big thing. Let's make sure you don't pass out. I guess.
Perhaps
I'll
on
beyond
back.
But it's very much just kind of like, I'm going to pay attention to you to make sure nothing bad happens. I'm going to help you gather some ash because that's what I can do in this moment. Oh no, Corin, we're probably going to have to get you a new sword. Are you down?
Corin, what was your sword made of?
Real kind of like...
It was metal.
What kind of metal? Was it just iron?
I imagine, yeah, it was something from the homeland.
You have whatever metal it was. You now have like your hands are currently cast in that. Like it flash melted and then went straight cold again.
So
you can't. You're like, how move fingers? I'm wearing weird metal gloves.
The cold-blooded fire.
I think not only that, but there is scorch marks of electricity going up his wrists and arms, and he kind of realizes what's going on and sort of sinks to his knees and protects the space around the ash. And
a tiny old man runs past behind you, screaming.
Can I do the snap thing with the? No, probably not.
He looks like Professor Flitwick.
Derek, are the lightning patterns on your arms? Like, I'm picturing a really cool mirroring of like your tattoos that you've had the whole time, and then these Lichtenberg figures that like interrelate in some way that the production team has like been planning since like episode 1. They've been like, "Ah, this will look awesome."
Yes. There's, that they dive into and out of the scarring on his arms and chest.
Mm-hmm.
You just know a close-up of Corin's clenched, scarred, tattooed fist is going to be one of the promo images for season 2.
Yeah.
Mhm. Right. What do we do now? Do we get out of here?
Fuck me. I don't think Belle has the presence of mind to like be the catalyst for anything right now.
I feel like we've got Corin with iron hands. We have 2 people crying. We have a vial of mother body ash. I think it's time. I think it's time to go. And I think it's Nightfall's job to kind of be like, I think it's time to go because you're all fucked up.
The one thing I will ask, Unstable Nightfall.
Yes.
You did really want also to, well, and also like especially Salia wanted us to like deal with and dispose the body that Zamira is currently wearing.
I didn't care. See, I wanted to see things here get fucked up, and I wanted this to not happen again. And I think that both of those things happened. I didn't need to be the hand in that, and I also don't care about bringing Salia's because, like, I said to her, like, the body is gone now; it's being used. Like, I think that going back to Salia and saying, "Hey, we use lightning to kill Lord Skurlock," she'll be fine.
We're not going to get in any trouble for this at all.
I'm sure it's going to be fine. Okay. Well, I think that there's probably a thing here where, like, I think a roll needs to happen for getting out of here safely.
All right.
There's nothing else you want to do in the Centralia Club?
There is one thing I think. There's one thing I would like to do, but I think. I don't think, like, in the immediate moment Belle is in a state to do it.
Cool. There's nothing you would like to do. There's nothing else you would like to do in the Centralia Club, Derek?
I would like my whip back. Obviously. So...
This is what fucks us. We all die because Corin had to get his goddamn whip back.
This is the thing where everybody who's watching the show at home is like, for fuck's sake, let it go.
It's the horror movie thing. No, Corin, don't split the party.
Like,
That's
why
right.
do men all have this ego? Just leave it alone.
They put it in a vestibule in this room, right? This is where they took it off me.
They took it off you in the room in the spirit room, and it wasn't in there.
Is there anywhere in here that it might be? Like
It's probably in Lord Skurlock's office.
Yeah.
Oh, so here's the thing, Corin. You're going to need our help to find it and, like, grab it because your hands are cast iron, and I don't agree to this, and the other 2 are crying. So let's fuck off.
I don't know if I need it anyway. They took it off me because they think it has power, but for me,
The power has been inside you all along.
that's right. I'm
You
willing.
never needed the magic feather, Dumbo. It was inside you this
But if
whole
you do
time.
need the magic feather, the giant life-size feather is upstairs on the table.
That's right. That's right. Man, that's pretty kinky, that feather. Can I actually kinky's using the whole chicken, but there we go. Can I smash my hands together and break? Or is this something we need to do?
I think this is a thing that isn't going to be solved in the moment.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's retreat.
Let's
go.
Shall we get a group prowl?
Yeah,
Seems appropriate.
Yeah, let's do it.
My question is,
Who has
who's
the-
leading it?
It's
Who's
true.
because it sounds like it's nightfall being like we should get
Oh
out.
no.
Yeah. It's very much me. Risk
I'm
is
so
standard.
sorry in advance.
That's
Yeah.
fine. Risk is standard. Is
I
that
think
the
risky
deal?
standard, right? Like the risk is like I don't think we're in a desperate position anymore. So yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, there's one stress.
I have 0 dice in this.
Cool. On the plus side, your 0 dice is the highest result so far.
I can't fucking if like shut down disassociating Bell is the best prowler in the group.
Yep.
Which they are.
I'm so mad.
So that's 3 stress, Alana.
Well,
But
Yeah,
Bell gets. Okay, so
Can
how
I-
is it that Bell is the person that gets us through?
Because we have to go
What
out
happened?
the ghost field.
Well, yeah, like it makes sense. What happens? Do I take the additional 2 stress on top of the fact that I traumatized out? So it's like traumatized out and then
No,
additional
if you
stress
hit trauma,
so I
then
just clear.
you just trauma out.
Easy.
Ouch.
Yeah,
I was
mean,
expecting it to happen. It's fun.
I think what this looks like is the fact that like Bell stays behind in the real world to do another thing. And so like they're kind of like a big distraction that gives the 3 of you like the cover to like get through the clock and like get out and get clear.
What's the thing you do?
Yeah, so like Bell like gets their shit eventually. We get a beat of like Bell just like still standing there and like still weeping and like a really nice artistic close shot of like a burning electroplasm tear falling into like a puddle of blood or something. And then like they seem to notice that like everyone else is like not there anymore, like properly and fully. Like they like process that and like blink and like look around. And they like look up at the staircase. And they say, I'm sorry. But sometimes people die. And like if we imagine the novelization of this die there is like capitalized, right? Like
Yeah.
this is the like sometimes people die for good. And like that is just and this I think this is the moment at which Bell like finally processes a bunch of that trauma from being trapped in that cave. Because thinking that ghosts were still people was how they coped with that experience.
Yeah.
And like, but no, like ghosts can die too. Sometimes death happens, and like, that is okay.
Do you want to take some harm?
I don't think so.
Because like we need something for that 4.
Yeah. It's a good question. I mean, like hit me with what you've got, and we can figure it out from there.
I'm seeing level 2 harm here of like a certain amount of like emotional stress damage.
Yeah, just like exhausted.
Yeah, I think like
like emotionally.
Yeah.
Level 2 harm, dead inside.
I like that one.
Yeah, I'm gonna resist.
Yep, that's fine.
And yeah, it's resolve, and I think
Yes, it is.
And I think it's that beat of like, they take like in again that like they close their eyes, they take in that deep breath, they like let it out, and they open their eyes again, and like the glow is gone, and they're like still weeping, but it's like it's water and salt now, not lightning.
And they're somehow just a little bit smaller.
Yeah, they're not doing the like Gandalf thing anymore.
Yeah.
Yep. So that is. How does this work again? Because this resolve.
It's resolved. You got 3 bonus.
I always get one from me. I always get one from the crew. It's not against a supernatural threat, so it's just +2.
Okay. Yep.
So it's only 6 dice.
Only 6 dice.
Only 6.
Oh, there you go. You clear a stress.
I clear a stress.
What is the clearing of stress there? Is that
it's
the purging? It's the catharsis.
Yeah. Bell processes a deep, like root emotional trauma.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think they walk out of the Centuralia Club, and they stop like just outside, in this shot that like really weirdly mirrors, like the shot we had.
Gone.
Can they still?
Oh no,
be there?
they can be there. That's fine if that's
Yeah, and so like we get the shot of like them weirdly mirroring the shot that we had of the spirit version of like them and Corin arriving. And they look up at the gargoyles and they say, "I'm sorry." And then their eyes start to glow again. And I just want to like throw another couple of lightning bolts and set the place on fire.
Yeah.
Like we said we were going to burn it to the ground, and I think like Bell has...
And yeah, we just see the gargoyles like... We see the gargoyles just flee, right? Like, because the thing that was binding them there is pretty fucked up anyway.
Yeah, like Belle's assumption is that Nightfall was like being literal and that it is somehow important to her that this place like literally burns to the ground.
Yeah,
he's fine with that. She'll be great with that when you get home.
Yeah, so I'm gonna push myself. I think this is a tune.
Do you want me to help? Can I do the same thing?
I mean,
you're in Spirit Vol right now, and I am not.
Oh, have we gone? Have we gone out?
Yeah.
Did you? Oh, you walked out the front door, right? So everyone else has gone through the Spirit Dusk Vault.
Yeah.
And you've gone out the actual front door.
Yeah. Because I can't burn a physical building from.
Yeah, of course.
Spirit Vault,
yeah.
Right.
They're not contiguous in that way.
Yeah, Belle like sent us through and then didn't come through with us, and is doing this shit while we are yes.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Yeah, and I think. Yeah. So this is a tune.
Mm-hmm.
Taking 2 stress, position and effect.
So, death is on the line, I think, is the thing.
Yeah, that's reasonable.
Right, like, you might get caught in whatever happens right now.
Yeah, that's reasonable. So it's desperate. My effect?
You're throwing lightning?
Yeah.
I'm seeing limited.
I mean, calling lightning at this point.
Yeah, you're calling lightning. I'm seeing limited. It's stone.
That's reasonable. I'm going to take the push up to standard.
Yep, that's what I was expecting. Wait. Oh yeah, because you are pushing yourself. Anyway.
Yeah, because I am pushing myself anyway. I'm playing it risky. I'm gonna push myself again for dice.
Can you do that?
Yep.
Okay.
You can fill, because it is the only slot that fills is the +1 die slot.
Yeah, right.
You can push yourself for both if you have a spare 4 stress that you're just happy to burn.
Okay, yep.
Was, I think, John's reason. He was like, look, if you want to spend half of it all at once, that's fine. Whatever. Yep, so that is up to, yep, so it's desperate, standard, +1 die. Let's see what happens.
You fuck it up.
That's a 6.
You don't wipe it from the face of the earth, but gosh damn it!
Yeah, that's fine. Like
it's a burnt out husk of a building.
I'll take it.
Amazing.
And yeah, I think the last shot we see of like Belle in this score is like they're like standing there and like lit for like I think the first time in the whole imaginary HBO show, in like a warm palette.
Yeah, right.
Like Belle's lighting is always like weird pale blues and purples and like spooky ghost shit. This time, like it is a really like warm, ruddy, healthy, like human-looking glow. And they take the ghost key.
See, what I'm seeing is that. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
and like they just turn and walk away, and we just get the shot of like the ice like melting.
Yeah, I like the idea that you then though do go back to the base and like open a little door somewhere for the others to come out through.
Yeah, no, totally, and I think at this point Bell like it knows the ghost veil like well enough that they can like do it this one last time.
Yeah, without
the key, but like I think they are done
like,
with.
When it closes after them, we hear like such as like a really significant
like a lock
clunk.
Yeah,
like a deadbolt.
Yeah,
cool.
Bell is done with Ghost Ball.
I think that's a good place to take our last break, and we can come back and do Aftermath, aka Downtime.
Fantastic.
The denouement.
Yeah, we'll be back in a moment, chat.